What's happening, beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike and welcome back to the Dirty Road to Glory. And today we need to discuss second squad possibilities. I've got some more trading examples on display and we've got gameplay on gameplay on gameplay on deck. But before we get into the FIFA goodness, if you guys need to pick up any FIFA coins, I'm talking cheap, reliable, just FIFA coins, down below in the description, use the code DIRTY for 5% off on every single purchase. When I signed into Ultimate Team, I had Messi on loan. And I had a pack to open. I was like, what's happening, EA? And then I realized my Ultimate Edition purchase, they've applied it across all my accounts. So what should I do with this Messi? Should I use him as a super substitute? Try to build maybe a second squad from the BBVA? And I was actually thinking about even building a Turkish squad as a second team. Going to be very cheap to start out. And there's some really nice players, some hidden gems in that league. I was using them on stream recently, and I was impressed. I think that you can make a lot of magic happen if you build a good squad from the Turkish league. Could be a great fitness team. Let me know in the comments. And as you saw, I picked up Kabay. I also picked up Vanderwill. And this new right mid that I grabbed, I think it's Thauvin from Marseille. I actually bought 3. 1 for my starting 11 and 2 to immediately resell. Remember in the previous installment I talked about how non-rare golds and non-rare silvers have a ton of value at the beginning of FIFA. So I picked them up for 350 and I picked up one for 400 coins and I'm reselling them both. Buy it now, 600 coins, and they sold nearly instantaneously. So I made 200 coins in profit on each of them nearly without doing anything. Just because I am aware as he draws a penalty kick. I don't think that was deserved. It was a weird animation. I still haven't gotten used to how in FIFA 15 you can concede penalty kicks from aerial situations, whether it's a mistime header or even your player going for just a weird looking, I don't know. I've seen some collisions that have generated penalty kicks that are shocking. I'm not sure exactly what we've got going with some of the bumping into each other mechanics. I like most of it, but with the aerial stuff or the 50-50s, it can get kind of funky. And if we could smash 700-800 likes, tells me you're loving the content, you're loving the series, and to keep rolling it out. I know I've got a lot of people that are subscribed that love Road to Glory series, and I'm all about that life. And that leads me kind of into my big first question, and I need you guys to hit me with a comment. And if you have me on Twitter, then you've already been discussing this with me. I asked people, Dirty Mike USA, please get involved if you want to talk about things before the video comes out. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, something. Talk to me prior to dropping that fresh content. And my buddy here, or my opposition, not my buddy, dang, that was a great mix-up. He was not to be counted out in this game. I thought when I had that 3-1, I had played that really nice, slick first half, that this was going to be wrapped up, but I couldn't have been more wrong. But Gorkov's got my back. He's running out of juice. He didn't have a good breakfast. He didn't have his Wheaties. He was not eating that Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There's no chance of Captain Crunch neither. And he was out of energy. However, that fatigue did not matter. In the 70th minute, he was able to shake him off and finish it with that 5-star weak foot. And I'm showing you guys all the trades here of all the players I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of some of the silvers. I need to start upgrading more to golds as we progress through divisions. We get to higher places. It's got to happen. It needs to happen. But my big question is, how often should I upload this series? Because I need to make sure to intertwine tutorials, squad builders, Road to Glory, pack openings, probably some live games as well, maybe some wagers or pink slips. And I'm thinking every 3 to 4 days. And what I was going to do was lengthen the episodes so I can give you guys more gameplay, more discussion, more trading. And you guys might have noticed I picked up Marquinhos, 550 coins buy now. I usually show you guys when I get somebody off an open bid, but when I buy it now, I just talk about it. I'll probably showcase it right before the game so you can see the exact squad that I go into each match with, as we just missed an outside the box strike. Vanderwill, he's been known to hit some deep shots for me, but I don't know about using his off foot. And unfortunately, we're going to have a bad display from my goalkeeper. Bad timing for this. My opponent's got a sweaty squad with Lacazette, as well as, I think it's Brayworth or Braze. I can't get his name out. He's one of the new sweaty players that I would say from the Ligue 1 that you're going to see used and abused with constantly based on this year. And he gets a second, and the keeper is making a mistake. The first one was a nutmeg. The second one, I beat him there. I brought my keeper out, but he never slid. He never kicked it. He never cleared it. He didn't do anything. Which put me in a really bad situation. At halftime, I switched to a 4-2-2 because I like playing aggressive in the 4-2-2 because I have the 2 CDMs, which will chase back, and they will be able to impact the match, maybe make some early tackles that give me an instant counter, even when you're pressuring and when you're chasing a game. But please drop a comment. Let me know how often to upload the series and how long would you like the uploads to be in terms of time. I believe this episode's a little bit longer than normal, 9 or 10 minutes. And I can do whatever the subscribers want. If we only could have dropped it like it's hot. Why didn't that fly in? Alessandrini, you could have made my day. And the keeper. Oh my goodness, the keeper gets worse. Another nutmeg, 88th minute, and you're just making my opponent look like an all-star. I put that on instant replay. I couldn't believe it. From that angle, from that soft of a finish, why does that go in between your legs? It really cost me the match. But I can't talk too much trash on Carrasco or Carrasco's because he's been decent. This is the first match that I could say he really cost me a game or really hindered my final performance. And I went ahead and bought Maxwell to be an outside definitely a backup fullback is the plan. He only cost me 400 coins, and I picked up Berbatov. And if you guys have been watching my content for a while, then you know I'm all about that Berbatov lifestyle. We're gonna see how he plays in FIFA 15. I haven't made my mind up quite yet. But anybody with 4-star skills that's 6'2", plays striker, and I always feel that he can move a lot quicker than what his card may suggest, as you see with the body feint there, and I should have kept that simple. I didn't need the ball roll. I could have just tapped that home, and we would have been coasting and boasting, talking about it at halftime instead of this 0-0 where nothing really happened. But I've got Big Meech, and you don't want anything to do with him, and I just couldn't believe that he missed that finish. I would have bet a house that he would have tapped that home. I tried to be way too precise, aiming directly for the corner. There was a lot of space there. Right when he brought out the goalkeeper, I no longer needed to play my angle super tight. But Maxwell, new signing, he said, hey, coach, I'm trying to be a starter. I don't want to be on the bench. I don't care if I'm old. I don't mind. I don't mind that I'm a Brazilian without a lot of skill moves. I don't mind. I still think I could play with the best of them. And Big Meech is here, being a menace as always, draws a penalty kick. And I decided we're going to go with Berba. I feel like he's a confident penalty kick taker, and we hit him with the hesitation. We're up 2-0, and that's all we're going to need in this match. That's all they wrote. All she wrote, I think, is the saying that we have in the U.S. And it's something I've noticed a lot about the Ligue 1, and I wanted to discuss it a little bit in this video, is you have a very bad presence in terms of center midfielders or CDMs, as we do grab one myself. I think Gonalon's playing for Lyon. I also picked up Pastore for 400 coins, and I picked up a Lacazette for 2100. So I'm glad to have Lacazette. And I switched formations, and I went to the 4-3-1-2. I thought I'd play a little bit more through the central areas, try to hit them with through balls. And in a through ball formation, you've got to have at least one burner, and that's why it was mandatory for me to pick up Lacazette. I think he's the best in the Ligue 1 in terms of strikers for that purpose. Oh my goodness, he is stellar. I've used him quite a bit before this road to glory, and if you haven't had the chance, if you got a couple thousand coins, pick up Lacazette and you will not be disappointed. Look at Burba over here getting all sorts of fancy. But back to the Ligue 1 and bad presence midfielders as Kabai taps it home. I'm talking about guys that give you an either or instead of having the total package. So for example, in the BPL, if you use Diaby, if you use Fellaini, you get the total package. They're big, they're strong, they can facilitate. Yaya Toure, you got a lot of different people here. However, when you get to the Ligue 1, you've got Matuidi, and that's pretty much it in terms of very well balanced, very good overall center mid / CDM type of players. Guys that give you the total package. And look at that. Wow. Beautiful from Burba, hitting him with the rainbow. And I just feel a need to do skill moves with Berbatov all the time. And Lacazette gets up, he finishes it. He's new to the club. He's got to make something happen, whether it's assists or scoring goals. I got to have him be relevant on the pitch. And Gorkov is tired as always, but he taps it home. He's got class. And when I'm talking about this bad presence, we've got guys that have size and strength, and they can play that true CDM like Toulalan or Thiago Mata, but they're so slow they can't chase back. Or you can go the other direction, or you can go with very small, 5'7", 5'8", center mids or CDMs that can run all over the pitch, but they are not very physical. And this year, I think having a big center mid makes a big difference because defending is so much more difficult. You need someone to chase back to really break up the plays. Pass accuracy over 80%, goal difference 16, not too bad. We got to get our goals up, though. We got to get our goals up, and I'm going to showcase or put on screen every player that I've purchased that's in my current starting 11. You guys can check it out. Nobody's really been very expensive. If you don't have a lot of coins, this squad can be remade and replicated. I'm still rocking with Roberge or Roberge. It's got to be Roberge, the Frenchman center back. But I've got Marquinhos now, and I still got Nkulu. But if you guys enjoyed the content, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter and Facebook at DirtyMikeUSA, and I have a lot more content coming for you ASAP.